welcome. We appreciate everyone joining us, particularly our friends from Tata Technologies, which is why we're here. I am Peter Chapman, Executive Vice President for the Detroit Economic Growth Corporation, and this is really what economic developers live for, moments like these. But thanks to the collaborative efforts of private sector, public sector, independent sector folks who are here, through the collaborative efforts of all these folks, we've achieved real momentum in driving Detroit's unquestionably incredible, remarkable economic turnaround. And it's as a result of this work that we're able to be here today making these kinds of announcements. And let me say this caps off what's been an incredible week in the city. We've had announcements regarding our small business programs. We had 80 Korean companies, advanced manufacturers, auto companies in the city exploring opportunities, so this is great. With me on the stage today is Mayor Mike Duggan, and also from Tata Technologies, Warren Harris, their CEO and Managing Director, and is Sonal back here? Oh, Sonal's here. So I wanted to also acknowledge Sonal, who has factored prominently in this process. Thank you, Sonal. And of course, our friend, my friend, Dietrich Knorr from the platform. And I don't think we have any other elected officials here, so I'll just move on. As Detroit's Chief Business Development Officer, I've been extremely heartened to observe up close the way Detroit's unique offerings and our value proposition can benefit and are benefiting companies with respect to their bottom line and advancement of their corporate cultures. And this is attributed to some key factors, and I'll just name a few. Improved city services and a culture of accountability within municipal government, our overall very friendly business environment, an expanding array of economic incentives and creative financing solutions, the presence of a talented workforce, attractive real estate offerings, a growing ecosystem of leading and innovative automotive, mobility, and tech companies, and a great business development team at DEGC. I'll say more about that before the end. DEGC helps businesses like Tata Technologies understand and navigate the landscape and connect with great partners, including real estate developers like the platform, to establish their presence and grow in Detroit. We've no doubt had a great deal of success recently in driving investment into the city, as evidenced by the many global, domestic, and foreign companies that have moved into the city or that have expanded in the city, such as Microsoft, Google. We had the RSM ribbon cutting a couple of weeks ago, ArcelorMittal, Sakti Automotive, the list goes on. Detroit now serves as the nexus, for sure, of great placemaking and talent attraction for companies that want to grow here, and also for those who see our city as a great platform from which to expand globally. And we saw that and are seeing that with our export tech companies. Becoming part of Detroit's ecosystem not only provides businesses with a distinct competitive advantage, it also signals to the world that Detroit is relevant, something that we all know. Every announcement we make defines Detroit as a global leader in strategic sectors, such as mobility, innovation, technology, and global commerce, just in case you forgot what some of our sweet spots are. And we're now building a critical mass of multinational companies and locally grown enterprises that see the city's value and are contributing to its vibrancy. I'm excited to welcome our new neighbors, Tata Technologies, to our city, and look forward to watching them flourish as we continue to support their continued growth. With that said, I'm honored to introduce our mayor, Mike Duggan.
All right, well, it's another great day. I want to start by thanking Wayne State University President Roy Wilson. This recruitment effort started when President Wilson and I had lunch with Sonal Ralrakiani and Ramrakiani. Do I have it? All right, Sonal Ramrakiani. And then Warren Harris, who everybody can say his last name. Sonal's the brains of the operation, but they're letting Warren speak today. But President Wilson and I pitched them. We heard they were looking for a new place. And Tata Technologies is a major company in automotive and aerospace design engineering. And they were looking for a new location. And we said, why not come to Midtown? We can partner with Wayne State. We can have internships and apprenticeships and mentorships. You got the Center for the College for Creative Studies right next door. Come look in our neighborhood. It's been a year process, and Dietrich and Peter and Platform, I think, found the right location. But this is the kind of city we're trying to build. Yesterday, Ford moved 200 employees into Corktown. They were the 200 employees in their Edison project that are designing their driverless vehicles and their electric vehicles. Their creative center moved to Detroit. 2 weeks ago, Microsoft moved 400 employees into the city of Detroit, bringing their operation here. And today, Google is in the process of packing up their operation and moving it into the city of Detroit. Detroit is becoming one of the Midwest greatest centers of design, engineering, technology. And for a long time, if you had a technology or design firm, you looked at Ann Arbor or Oakland County. Now you're looking at Detroit, Ann Arbor, and Oakland County. And that's a great thing for the entire state to have three places that are choices. But to bring in Tata Technologies, there are few announcements I've been this happy about, and to have this historic building with an anchor tenant taking the top floor, it's going to speed up the development of this entire area. And so to the folks at Tata Technologies, I just want to say today, congratulations.
Thank you, Mayor. And just to reinforce, Sonal is definitely the brains of the operation, so I'll defer to her. This is a very important day. It's a milestone day for Tata Technologies, but it's also a very personal day for me. I came to Detroit back in December 1988. So I've been around the city for almost 30 years. I was assigned to a project at the old Jeep and Truck for 30 days. And the 30 days became 3 months and then 3 years, and I've been here off and on ever since. And so to have the opportunity to bring our company back to the city of Detroit, where it all begun 30 years ago, is extremely gratifying for me personally, and a very proud day for Tata Technologies. As the mayor suggested, we are the engineering services and the product development IT arm of the Tata Group. We have over 9,000 people that are managed out of 16 geographic locations. There's two components to our value proposition. We actually do real design work for automotive, aerospace, and industrial heavy machinery companies, but we also help those same organizations select and deploy the technologies on which new products are built. We are very proud to be part of the Tata Group. The Tata Group is India's largest business house. We have over 100 independent companies within the Tata Group. The group boasts over 650,000 employees, and we have a presence in 150 different countries. This year, we celebrated a market cap of $145 billion. The group includes iconic brands like Jag and Land Rover, Tetley Tea, 8 O'Clock Coffee. We own heritage properties here in the United States, the Pierre Hotel in New York, the old Ritz-Carlton in Boston, which we've now rebranded as the Taj Boston, and also the Compton in San Francisco. So we're very proud to be representing the Tata Group, and very proud, again, to be bringing the brand and our commitment to the city back to Detroit. The work that we do with our clients is really driven by innovation, and the commitment that we make to innovation is really driven by the access that we have to the best and the brightest talent around the world. And one of the reasons that we're coming back to Detroit, as the mayor suggested, is that increasingly the environment down here in Detroit is allowing us to be collectively an attraction for the best engineers that are graduating from universities around the world. So we're coming here in order to tap into that resource pool for talent. But again, as the mayor said, we're also keen to become part of this ecosystem that is not only increasingly defining the business community in and around mobility in the city of Detroit, but it's increasingly disrupting the industries that we serve. This convergence of product companies, this convergence of tech, and this access to capital that is increasingly, again, becoming available in Detroit is something that we believe will represent a platform for this city, not only to continue to sustain itself and grow, but to really transform over the next 10 years and be a hub for all of the things that will define, again, automotive and the industrial heavy machinery industries, again, that are critical to our business. We're also coming down to the city of Detroit because we want to give back. And I don't say that lightly. One of the core values of the Tata Group is our commitment to giving back to the community. The group is actually 2/3 owned by a charitable trust. It was formed 150 years ago. We're celebrating our 150-year anniversary. And one of the commitments that the 650,000 employees make is to take their skills and their gifts and their capabilities and to give it back to the communities in which we live and work. So we're not only coming back to Detroit for good, sound commercial business reasons, but we're coming back because we want to be part of the resurgence and the revitalization that hopefully will define the experience that we all have in the years to come. I would like to thank Mayor Duggan for his sponsorship and support. Without his encouragement and his support, I don't think this would have happened nearly as quickly as it did. I would like to thank the Detroit Economic Growth Organization, Peter, and specifically my good friend Kevin Smith for all of the tireless efforts that he has undertaken. And I would also like to thank the Platform Group. They have been an incredible partner. They've worked hard with Sonal to define the details of the transition that we're planning. We have, we believe, an iconic building, and we cannot wait to get started. Last of all, I would like to thank Sonal and the leadership team that we have here in North America. They've been the inspiration for the move. They have done all of the heavy lifting associated with the plans that we've put together. So I'm very, very grateful that you've allowed us to celebrate this day, and you've given me very personally the opportunity to come back to where it all started. So thank you.
Thank you, Warren, and it's my pleasure to be here today and represent the platform, and really on behalf of my partner Peter Cummings and the whole platform team. I can't even tell you how exciting this is to be here after really what is at the end of the day about 3 years of work when we first acquired the Fisher building just to the north of us and started thinking in broader terms of what this whole area should look like. So between the announcement this morning in Novi, where we saw lots of excited faces in the Tata Technology offices, and today and just now, we have since attached a signature page to the lease. And we have a tradition in our office where we ring the gong when something good happens, and so the gong has been rung. But I want to thank also Mayor Duggan for the support, and really also want to mention the mayor's office. I know Mark DeLaverne is here as a champion of the mobility economy, and the DEGC, Kevin Smith and Peter Chapman, and I mean just the seamless cooperation between those departments was very helpful in getting this done. The decision by Tata Technologies to come downtown is really a milestone and a huge marker. I think we all can in some ways recognize that, but they are pioneering. Yes, the mayor had mentioned a few other names, Google, Microsoft, Ford, but in the end, I still consider this to be very much a pioneering step to say that they're bringing their whole team into the city, and we want to thank them for doing that and for putting their trust in us to deliver this. This area, which we call mostly TechTown because of TechTown, the Wayne State-owned incubator and very successful incubator, I may say. This area is very much anchored by Wayne State University, and in fact, I do want to add Wayne State to the list of institutions we want to thank. I know Bill Decatur is here today, and of course, endless hours in the room trying to figure out how to struck the deal with the university. So I think in the end, lots of stakeholders came together to make this happen, and it's a very exciting time. Ultimately, what we hope this will do is that it will build the foundation for the mobility economy that should really take hold here. This is the birthplace of the automotive industry. Just across Woodward is where all the cars were built, and on this side of Woodward is where they were all sold, because this building used to be the Cadillac LaSalle Service Center and Sales Center. So I think we're on the way to recreating what it once was with all its glory, and Tata is certainly taking that first step. And we thank you for giving us this opportunity, and thank you for your interest today.
Clearly, this is a huge deal for the city on the whole, including the partners you see represented on the stage. Not the least of which is the Detroit Economic Growth Corporation. So I would like to give a special shout out to the project team, starting with Kevin Smith, who really did yeoman's duty on this. Kevin is our... Kevin, come on up here. Come on, give him a hand. Kevin is he's our mobility lead. He's a modest guy. I don't want to embarrass him. We also have Dave White, who is our advanced industries guy. And I don't know if he's here, but Mark Denson, who is our chief sales guy, who helps source us into our pipeline. So I'd like to give a round of applause to all these guys. They were awesome. So with that said, I think we have time for just a couple of questions, and then some of us are going to stick around afterwards, and then we'll go about our afternoons. Questions? Peter.
I don't have a question. I'm Peter Cummings, but I have just an acknowledgement I'd like to put on the record that about 3 years ago, when I decided I wanted to build a company here in Detroit and ultimately partner with Dietrich, there were 2 sites that we were able to gain control of. And one of them was the Wayne State building that we're talking about today, and the other is the property at 30 Grand, where we're well underway with 231 apartments. And in both cases, it was Sue Mosey, often referred to as the mayor of Midtown, who helped make those deals happen. And I just want the historic record to reflect that.
She's right there. Hey, Sue. Thank you, Peter, for that historical context. Very important. Nicely done. Any other questions? All right. Dietrich. How long has the building been vacant?
Do I know that? I'm not sure I know that.
1988, Wayne State memorabilia inside when we were in there last time, so probably like 80 years ago.
Yeah, it was last occupied by Wayne State's criminal justice department. So most people refer to it as the criminal justice building, but it has been vacant for several decades. Yeah, yeah.
Just to clarify, 150 new jobs, or are these jobs already existing and filled?
These are jobs predominantly that we're going to be bringing in from the suburbs downtown. So they're existing jobs.
So no new jobs?
There will be new jobs. We have a very aggressive business plan. We're looking to double our organization in the next 4 years, so we will be generating jobs.
What's your capacity?
The capacity is about 150, 160 people. But we have an option to grow.
We have an option.
What's the total investment in the state?
I'll defer to you.
Total investment in the state.
That's always his favorite question. So the total development volume of the entire building is estimated at around 27 million at the moment. That, yeah, let's bookmark that number. That's what we're estimating for the build out of the whole space. And just to clarify, to Warren's point, the lease allows for expansion, and so that's when Warren mentions that there will be additional jobs coming. That's it would be the expansion space that would accommodate that.
I think that's it. That concludes our formal program. Thank you.